Hello erudites, I'm Benz Ivan Alea, your lecturer for Lesson 4 in Pre-Calculus. For today's video, I will be explaining the definition and equation of an ellipse. Learning goal. Students will be able to define an ellipse. Students will be able to determine the equation of an ellipse. Let's get started. What is the definition of ellipse? What is an ellipse? An ellipse is a curve surrounding two focal points, such that for all points on the curve, the sum of the two distances to the focal point is a constant. What does constant mean? So, imagine, any point on an ellipse. If you measure the distance to each focus, or what we call a foci, the sum of those two distances will always stay the same, thus making it constant. Parts of ellipse. First, we have center. Center of ellipse is written as the midpoint of the figure. It is also written as h and k. This is just like the center of a circle, which is written by h and k, and a vertex in parabola written in h and k. Second, foci. Foci means that any point on the ellipse, the sum of its distance from the foci is 2c. It means that distance from the center to each focus is called c. So, if we have two focus and what we call foci, we add two focus getting 2c. Third, vertices. The vertices are the endpoints of major axis. It is lined up with the center and the foci. If we have horizontal ellipse, then we have x equals positive and negative a, which means that if our ellipse is horizontal, we will see our vertex in x-axis. Each vertex is a units away from the center. Covertices. In ellipse, we have vertices and covertices. Covertices is endpoint of the minor axis. We will know what minor and major axis will be later on in the video. If our ellipse is horizontal, then y equals positive negative b. It means that if our ellipse is horizontal, we will see the covertices in y-axis. Each covertex is b units away from the center. And finally, axes. In ellipse, you have two axes, a major axis and minor axis. Major axis is the longest line. It passes through the center, both vertices and both foci. Its length is 2a. It divides the ellipse into two congruent parts. Minor axis. Minor axis is shorter line that passes through the center and both covertices. It is measured as 2b units long. Remember, in equation, a is always greater than b. So if our major axis is a and minor axis is b, since a is always greater than b, our major axis is longer than minor axis. So, this is the orientation of our ellipse, and this is our standard equations. Always remember, a is equals greater than b. Therefore, if there's a number in denominator always greater than the another denominator, that will be our a. In circle, x squared value and y squared value is always the same. If it's not the same, then it is an ellipse. Let's give it an example. Let's say x squared plus y squared, it is same value, same coefficient, which means it's circle. If we have 2x squared plus 4y squared, that will be ellipse. Now, let's head to problem examples. In the first example, we have center in origin, 0, 0. Second example, we have the center in h and k. And lastly, we have general form. We are going to put it on standard form. Now let's head to our first question. We have x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals to 1. Like I said, our a squared will always be the higher number. So our a squared here will be this, 25. Now we can solve for this. We're going to square root both sides to get rid of the square. Now a 5. This is our a value. Let's get the b value. The b value is the lowest number, so it will be 9. Let's square root both sides to get rid of the square. B equals 3. So this is our b value. Now, by having a value and b value, we can get our major axis and minor axis. How are we going to get major axis and minor axis? The major axis, if you remember, is 2a, and our minor axis is always 2b. Therefore, let's substitute each. 2, what is our a value? We have 5. So therefore, our major axis will be 10. Now, let's go to our minor axis. We have 2, and our b is 3. So 2 times 3 equals to 6. So our minor axis is 6. Now, we can find the vertices. The vertices is the endpoint of major axis. We can find both vertices. So we have V1 and V2. How are we going to get the both value? So the orientation of our ellipse is horizontal because the x squared minus 25 is the higher value. So our ellipse will be lying on x-axis. So in our vertices, our x will be the one moving. We're going to start from center to both vertices. We count 5 times. So 0 plus 5, comma 0. Therefore, we have 5, comma 0 for our vertex 1. Let's head to our vertex 2. We have 0. This time, we minus 0 minus 5, comma 0. So we have negative 5, comma 0. So that's our both vertices. Now, how do we get our co-vertices? Our co-vertices is the endpoints of minor axis, which is the shortest line. So our minor axis value is b. So let's get our co-vertices 1. We're going to start at 0, but we are going to move upwards this time, so our y value will be moving. 0 plus 3. Therefore, our co-vertices 1 is 0, 3. Let's get our CV2. Still the same. We start from the center, but this time we subtract negative 3. So 0, comma, negative 3. So this is the value of our co-vertices. Since we have value of A and B, we can get our foci. Foci is c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So we will substitute the value of a, which is 5, and the value of b, which is 3. Let's solve. So 5 times 5 is 25 minus 3 times 3 is 9. Now we have 25 minus 9 is 16. but we still have c squared. How do we get rid of the square? We're going to square root both sides. So our foci will be 4. Since our foci is collinear with our vertices, like the vertices, we are moving on the V. Now, since our foci is collinear with vertices, we're going to do the same on the focus, but we're going to use the value of C. So how do we get that? Focus will be 0. We're going to start on center again, plus 4, comma, 0. 4, comma, 0. And we get the other focus, which is 0, but this time we're minusing 4 minus 0, which we get negative 4, comma, 0. So these two must be our foci. So since we got everything, we can plot in Desmos. Let's try. Now, after plotting the points in Desmos, we can go ahead and put our standard equation in Desmos to check if our ellipse is correct. Now, after putting the standard equation in Desmos, we can check that our computations are correct. Let's head to our second question. So our second question is x minus 2 squared over 25 plus y minus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. So we can already tell that our ellipse orientation will be horizontal because the highest value is 25 and it's on x. So our ellipse will be lying on x-axis. Now, let's get our center. The center is our h and k. So this will be our h and this is our k. So now, in writing the h and k, we will change the sign. So negative 2 will be positive 2. Negative 3 will be positive 3. This is our center. Now, let's get our a value and b value. A value, we get the highest value. So this is our a value, 25, square root both sides. So we will get 5. That is our a value. Now, let's get our b value. So our b value is b squared and the lowest number will be 9. So 9. So we square root both sides. Cancel the square, b equals square root of 9 will be 3. This is our b value. Now we can get our major axis and minor axis. Major axis is 2a and minor axis is 2b. Now, let's substitute each value. 2 and our a value is 5. Therefore, our major axis will be 10. Let's go to our minor axis. 2. The b value is 3. 2 times 3 equals to 6. So this is our b value. Now, let's get our vertices. Since our parabola is on horizontal axis, our vertices will be moving on x-axis. So let's go to our center. So our center will be 2. And our x value will be moving, so we're going to add 5. We're using this value, comma, 3. 2 plus 5 equals to 7, comma 3. This is our vertex 1. Let's get our vertex 2. 2 minus, this time we're minusing minus 5, comma 3. 2 minus 5 equals to negative 3 and comma negative 3. So this is our vertices. Let's get our co-vertices. Now co-vertices, now it will move on y-axis. Let's go back to our center, which is 2, comma 3, 2, comma 3. Our y-axis will be changing and we're using the b value. So 3 plus 3. Now we will get 2, comma 6. That's our first co-vertex. Now let's get our co-vertex 2. 2, comma 3. This time we are subtracting 3. So our co-vertex 2 will be 2, comma 0. Now let's get our foci. So foci will be c squared equals a squared minus b squared. Let's substitute c squared, the value of our a, so will be 5 squared minus the value of our b, that is 3 squared. Now let's simplify. 5 times 5, 25. Minus 3 times 3, 9. C squared equals to 25 minus 9 is 16. Now let's get rid of the square by using square root on both sides. C equals to 4. So this will be our foci. Now let's solve for the coordinates of our foci. So remember, our foci is always collinear with our vertices. So if our vertices move on x-axis, our focus will be moving on x-axis as well. So let's start on the center. The center is 2 plus the value we get is 4. So plus 4, comma 3. 2 plus 4 equal to 6, comma 3. This is our focus 1. Let's get our focus 2. 2, this time we are minusing 4 minus 3. So our focus 2 will be negative 2, comma 3. Since we got all points, we can finally plot each in Desmos. After graphing all points, let's try to put the standard equation in Desmos to check if all our plots are correct. Now this is our ellipse. That means our computations are all correct. Now for our last given, we have 2x squared plus 3y squared minus 12x plus 12y minus 6 equals 0. So our goal is to make this general form to standard form. How are we going to do that? First, let's group all x terms and all y terms. So we have 2x squared minus 12x, and then we have 3y squared plus 12y, and then we can put the negative 6 into other side. So it will be positive 6. Let's factor. 2x squared, 2 divided by 12 will be 6. And let's factor the y term. So we have 3 parenthesis y squared plus 3 divided by 12 is 4. Now, we can go ahead and make this a perfect square. How we are going to do that? So, 2x squared minus 6x, we're going to have blank plus 3, y squared plus 4y, and we're going to put a blank equals 6, blank and blank. Now, let's get the half of the coefficient of the middle term. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And negative 3 squared is 9. So we're going to put positive 9 in the blank. Then, we're not going to put 9 here. We're going to times 2 times 9 equals to 18. That's what are we going to put here because we have 2 here. Next, for the y term, let's half it. 4 divided by 2 will be 2. And 2 squared will be 4. Now we will put plus 4. And then, we're not going to put 4 here. Instead, we are going to times 3 outside to 4. So, 3 times 4 will be positive 16. Now, we have a perfect square trinomial. We can make it into a binomial. So, we have 2x. What we got here is negative 3. So, we copy negative 3 squared plus 3y. What we got here is positive 2. So we will put positive 2 squared equals 6 plus 18 plus 16 will be 36. Now let's ask ourselves, is this the standard form already? Remember, in standard form of the ellipse, this will be 1. So how we are going to make that 1? We simply divide every single term to 36. So 36 divided by 36 equals to 1. 2 divided by 36 will be 1 over 18. So we're not going to put 1 anymore. It will be invisible. So it will be x minus 3 squared over 18 plus 3 divided by 36 will be 1 over 12. We're not going to put 1. It will be invisible. So y plus 2 squared 12. 36 divided by 36 equals to 1. Now this is our standard equation. Now, in our standard equation, we can get our center. So our center is h and k. So our center will be this and this. We will just change its sign. So our h will be positive 3, comma, negative 2. So that must be our center. Now, let's try to solve for a value and b value. So our a, remember, it is always the largest number. So it will be 18. And our b will be the lowest value is 12. We square root both sides. We are getting a equals 3 square root of 2. So this is our a value. Now let's try to get the b value. Let's square root both sides. So b equals square root of 12 will be 2 square root of 3. So this is our b value. Now let's try to find our major axis and minor axis. So our major axis is 2 times our value of our a, which means 3 square root of 2. So our major axis is 6 square root of 2. And our minor axis is 2 times the value of b, which is 2 square root of 3. We will get 4 square root of 3. So this is we can get our vertices. Let's try to get our vertices. So we know that the ellipse is horizontal because we have 25 and it's bigger than 12 and it is under than x minus h squared term. So our vertex will have x-axis change. So let's go back to our center. 3 plus the value of our a, square root of 2, comma, negative 2. So this is our vertex 1. Let's get our vertex 2. 3, negative 3, square root of 2, comma, negative 2. So this is our vertex 2. Now we have our vertices. Let's get our co-vertices. So our co-vertices will be moving on y-axis. So there will be y change. Let's go to our center. 3, comma, negative 2 plus, we're going to use our b value. So 2 square root of 3. On our co-vertex 2, 3, comma, negative 2 minus 2 square root of 3. So this is our co-vertices. Let's find the c value or our foci. Okay. Let's try to get the c value to get our focus. C squared equals a squared minus b squared. So c squared equals our a value, which is 3 square root of 2 squared minus our b value, which is 2 square root of 3. So now let's simplify. 3 square root of 2 squared is equals to 18 minus 2 square root of 3 squared is equal to 12. 18 minus 12 will be 6 square root both sides. C equals square root of 6. Now we can get the coordinate of our foci. Let's get our focus 1. Focus 1, let's start to the center. Again, focus and vertex is collinear to each other. So if our vertex move on x-axis, our focus must be moved on x-axis as well. So let's go to our center. 3 plus 3 plus the c value, which is square root of 6, comma, negative 2. Let's get our focus 2. 3, we subtract this time, negative 6, comma, negative 2. So this is our foci. Now, since we got all the givens, let's plot it on Desmos. After we graph our points, let's try to put the standard equation to our Desmos to check if all our points are correct. Now, this is our ellipse. It means that 2x squared plus 3y squared, negative 12x plus 12y, negative 6 equals 0. The standard form of the general form is x minus 3 squared over 18 plus y plus 2 squared over 12 equal to 1.